Hey everyone! I just wanted to come on here. It's February 1st and our Scentsy incentive period ended yesterday, and for the first time I was part of something really big here. Last year I earned a trip to Disney for one person. This year was different though. This year it was something that I really wanted with all of my being. I had been on the trip once and knew that I never wanted to miss it again, so I worked really hard. And it just yesterday in the Scentsy community, it was this feeling of almost New Year's Eve, like come on everybody. It just felt really it's a big deal. And today I just was feeling all the feels, and I'm really tired too. Been with Mackie, he had his adenoids out today, but I just wanted to come on, and in case you have any doubt about your own self or your own abilities, and whether you're capable of doing something or accomplishing a dream, I just want you to know that you can do it. My word for this year is responsibility, and I have responsibility for my dreams, and if I want them, they're not just gonna happen. I have to be responsible and go get it. I don't know why, but a story that I used to tell my students all the time, and I'm sure they were like, oh, Mrs. Lundquist is telling the story again. But you know, don't let anybody underestimate you, and don't be afraid to ask for help with your dreams. I was in a class. I am a certified middle school math teacher, and I was in a class in college learning about how to teach kids math. Now keep in mind, math got really hard for me in high school and junior high. I really had a hard time with it. My teachers would be shocked to know that I'm a teacher of it, but or that I'm licensed anyways. And so it was Tom Richards' class. BSU people, you'll be with me here. And there was a final, and they gave extra credit. Now keep in mind, when I was a student, I always raised my hand for questions, not because I wasn't listening, but because I wanted to always know more. I wanted to know why. I wanted to know how. I was fascinated by teaching kids math because it was hard for me. I loved being able to teach how. I just thought, gosh, if somebody would have taught me this way, maybe I would have understood. So I always wanted to discover more. I always wanted to know how I could do it better. Okay, and then, so because of all the questions I asked, my peers assumed I was not understanding, or maybe that I was stupid, or maybe I didn't know what was going on. And always, I tell my students this, I was always the last person done with any assignment or quiz or test because I wanted to make sure it was done well. Trust me, I wish I was that way when it came to cleaning my house, but not the case. But on tests, I wanted to make sure it was done well and take what I learned and apply it. Well, the final came, and of course it was a couple hours of testing, and I was the last one done. And because I was the girl who always asked questions, and because I was the girl who always took forever on my tests, people were swarming around. This was before internet was, I feel like, a big thing, but we all had to go all the way to our professor's office door and look at the scores on the tests for our final grade for the semester. And I remember everybody gathering around and being like, who got that A? Not only did they get the A, but they got the extra credit too. So they got like 105% score. And everybody's like, nobody could figure out who would score that high. Guess who it was? It was the girl who asked all the questions. It was the girl who took forever getting things done. It was me. And on top of that, I heard there was some rumbles about like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it was Kato. That's what they called me back then. I can't believe it was Kate. Like, she asked all of these questions. That they were surprised that I could do something like that. But I did it because I worked really hard at it. And I may not always look like the brightest bulb on the shelf, but I work hard at what I want, and I wanted those good grades. And so when it comes to Scentsy, I knew after going to Disney that that was something very special. That was a very, very good gift for my husband and me. That was something we never would have allowed for ourselves. It was a thank you gift from our company that I work for, as a thank you for helping them get their products to the public. Okay, and then I did that, and then I also taught other people how to take those products and introduce them to the public. They thanked me for that, and I knew I had to do it again. So, just like acing that math final, I feel like earning this trip was going to be another huge challenge. They announced that it was the trip was going to be to Punta Cana. I barely know how to say it. Oh, thank you, Casey. The trip was to Punta Cana, and I honestly had mixed feelings about it because it's on the same island as Haiti. Not many people realize that that is a little bit of a hang-up for me. So the next option was, I can't even talk about it because it's so amazing. The next option was for the top 100 people in the whole world with Scentsy to go to Africa. I had some conflicts with going to Punta Cana. I still can't say it. And Africa, when I read the description of that vacation, I had to sit down because it took my breath away. Now that's a mighty big feat to get to be in the top 100. My goal was to maybe land in like 130s. Maybe if I could get that high, then enough people would somehow pass up on the trip, and then it would trickle down and I would get a shot at going. So you guys, I aimed big, and just like that math final, I worked and I worked. I've asked a lot of questions. I've had a lot of mentors out there who have taken the time to work with me. I've tried things, I've failed at things, I've tried things, and some things have worked. And my biggest thing is I just want people to be able to know and experience the joy that this company can bring. That it doesn't matter if you haven't had positive relationships in your life, if you've had a hard time finding a place to belong. Scentsy is such a feeling of belonging. The people I've met here are amazing. The community, the friendships, like Chloe Cox says, they're like the do or die friendships. They are ride or die. I don't know what she said. It was like, they are true, they are deep, they're special. And the thing about Scentsy, working for Scentsy, that is different than any other company out in the real world, there's room at the top for all. Like, there's room for success for all. There's not one spot that you have to wait for an opening for and then apply for. No. If you want it, just like there's opportunity on that math final for everybody to ace that math final, but you have to want it. And so I just feel like there's room for growth and opportunity in Scentsy, but you have to want it and you have to work for it. So I've asked a lot of questions. I have done a lot of watching and watching. I always say I watch people and I try to learn. I want to soak it all up, and I did it, and I just kept going and going and going. And you guys, not only did I like earn a spot for Africa, but I got a spot number 14 in the whole world. Like, and I just imagine like all these people being like, but how did Kate Lundquist do that? Like, but I did it because anybody can do this, you guys. And I couldn't have done it without my friends, and I couldn't have done it without my amazing team. And I couldn't do it without my amazing husband, who watches my baby, or he's father to my children when I need to go out and be Scentsy lady. He's patient with me when I've worked all day on Scentsy and the house is a bomb. And he comes alongside me and works, and he sings and he dances and he does coffee talk. He's just been such a rock. So he deserves this all expense paid trip to Africa as well. He's amazing. So I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys, that I did it. I did it, you guys. I earned the trip to Africa. I'm going to South Africa this summer on a dream vacation. And I did it by doing an amazing job. an amazing job. Like, I love my job. I have the best job ever. Like, how could I be so lucky to do this? I've always been blessed with amazing jobs. This one is a tremendous fit for me, because if I have to be gone half a day with my kid in surgery, I can do that. When I have to run kids to dance, when I have to go grocery shopping, and because my kids eat everything. When I have to be mom, that comes first. When I need to be a wife, that comes first. And then my career fits in all those areas, and it is a beautiful thing, and I'm having so much fun. The girls I get to work with are amazing, and Keith. And my team is over 60 people. I have all these people I get to work with on a daily basis. My hosts are amazing. My customers are faithful. And the greater Scentsy community at large is my family. So they are family to me. And I'm just really excited to share this with you guys. Thank you again for this, for supporting me during this incentive period. I will never be able to thank you enough. So thank you, and congratulations to all the people out there who are going to have a wonderful vacation and experience either in Kansas City, Punta Cana, and then the top 100 in the world in South Africa. So thank you. I'm so honored, and we'll see you guys soon.